Hey guys, this is Shannon with Nearly Organic Noshing, and I'm going to try something a little bit different this year. I picked these strawberries up a few days ago, and I have not had a chance to make strawberry jam. I was just going to freeze them, but some of them were getting a little bit soft, and I did not know how they would do if I froze them and then attempted to make jam or something with them. So on my lunch break, I just went ahead and finished getting these together, and I holed them all last night, and today I cut them up, and they literally fill up my entire, and this is the super big, extra large Power Pressure Cooker XL. So I am going to put them on crock pot. I'm actually going to put a cup of water in there, probably 2 cups, just to make sure that nothing sticks. I don't think it will, but just to be on the safe side, I have burned an entire batch of like 3 flats of strawberries before and had to throw them away by doing them in a big stock pot. So I don't want to do that again. So I'm going to experiment with doing it in here. And then I have my, my thickener and I have my raw sugar. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn this on, let it start cooking. I'm going to check on it after work. I'll get my son to check on it whenever he gets home. And then tonight, probably about 9:30 or 10 o'clock, I'll be able to do something with them, and hopefully they'll be completely cooked down on low heat. So we're going to see what happens. I'm going to get it turned on and we'll see how it goes. Okay guys, I am getting ready to start making my jam. I have a 5-gallon bucket of sugar here, so I'm going to just use regular white sugar for this, and then I'm going to use clear gel and lemon juice. I'm not exactly sure how much clear gel I'm going to use yet. I'm going to crank the heat up on this in a minute because it's still in crock pot mode, and most of this is liquid. I am going to get my immersion blender, and most of this is liquid. Most of these are just floating on the top, but it's probably about this thick in strawberries floating on the top, and you can see it's broken down quite a bit because I had to take some out to get it the lid on, and then as it condensed down some, I added all those strawberries back in. So this is almost 2 flats of strawberries. So when I did the math online, it comes up to like almost 20 cups of sugar and like 2 cups of lemon juice, and it didn't give me amounts for Surgel. I am not putting that much sugar in here. So I am going to try 12 cups of sugar and a 1.5 cups of lemon juice. And then I'm going to start slowly adding the Surgel in until it gets to the consistency that I really want. But I have some options here on the front of this, so I can just crank the heat up. I'm going to switch it over to the meat setting to get it to come up to a boil. And I'm going to go ahead and chop all this up first and go ahead and get my jars going on the stove and get those heating so that as soon as this is ready to go, I can go ahead and get that canned up, because it is a little after 10 at night and I am just starting this and I still have things to do. So I'm going to go ahead and start mixing and see what I come up with. Okay guys, I used a heaping cup of this clear gel in here. I had to dish out a little bit because it was just too full once I put the lemon juice and the sugar and I started adding the clear gel. There was just no way it was all going to fit. So I have the rest of this, and this is the immersion blender I used to blend it up. I did leave a little bit of some of the bigger strawberries. You see them floating around in there. I like that. I like them for texture, but you can see it's getting pretty thick. So I've turned the heat down on this, and I'm just letting it stay warm, but evaporate some of this moisture off. And I'll take you my messy, messy kitchen over here. Flip this other light on. And this was about, I don't know, less than 1/3 of a cup of the Surgel. And you can see it's getting pretty thick. This is about ready to go ahead and go into a jar, which my jars My jars should be plenty hot. I'm not pressure canning them, but they just come up to heat faster in my pressure canner than if I do my water bath canner. So I'm going to open this and go ahead and pull my jars and get this ladled up. And then by the time I do that, hopefully the other one will be at the same stage as this. And then I'm going to get it going in the pressure canner. And then I'm going to attack dishes, laundry, and these poor, very sad eggs. There's probably got to be 30 eggs in here. I asked my son to boil eggs today, and he forgot about them. He was in his room working on his room, and all of a sudden he smelled eggs, and all the water had boiled out. So they are super cooked, but I refuse to throw them away. So I'm going to peel them and probably just turn them into egg salad. Because they're super cooked, but I'm sure they're going to be fine for egg salad. I'll just go ahead and get those shelled while the canner's going with the strawberry jam, and I can go start another load of laundry because I really want to be in bed by midnight tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and get going on this, and I'll show you what the jelly looks like when I'm done. Okay guys, I just took the last jar out. I have close to a year, almost a year, if we were to use a quart a month, which I don't foresee using a quart a month. I have 9 quarts and a half pint of jam. And I still have a little bit of some that I had made last year. The consistency wasn't great though. So I'm just going to turn that into marinade now that I have this. And because my son, I had bought some from the store, and he's like, Mom, I don't really like the stuff that you bought from the store. It's too thick and it doesn't taste great. And they love this jam. So I'm going to let this stuff cool, and then I will wipe them down and take the bands off tomorrow. All of my dishes are washed and my sink is empty. And I had my little stand here made so that I could watch some Doug and Stacy while I was doing dishes. Along with all of my eggs boiled. I'm getting ready to put the lid on these and put them in the fridge and do my final cleanup of the kitchen, sweep, and all that before getting ready for bed. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. This was such a simple way to make jam because my crock pot wasn't going to burn it. And I like I said, I hold them one night. And then on my lunch break, I chopped them up and put them in the crock pot and just let them cook. And then they just stayed warm until I got home tonight. And then I cooked them up. So this turned out great. I love the not the Sure-Jell, the other stuff. It just went out of my head. But I had picked that up previously at the suggestion of another homesteader, and honestly I don't remember who it was, but it has turned out so well. I picked it up off Amazon, I believe. So the jam looks gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, and it tastes so good. And I know exactly what ingredients are in there: strawberries, lemons, sugar, and then my Sure-Jell. So perfect. I know everything that's in there. All right, guys, I hope you're having a wonderful evening.